Hi everyone. I recently got asked, how can I maximise my KiwiSaver contributions, or how is the best way to do that? Let me show you. Right, I have got the Sorted KiwiSaver calculator up here on the screen. And in my example, I have put down that this person, my figurative person, is got a KiwiSaver balance of $50,000. The employer is currently contributing 3%, and they're on an average salary of $70,000, assuming they get paid weekly, and I've just said they are 45. Now, if I look in here, I'm also saying that they're a balanced investor, so they're comfortable having anything sort of around 50 to 60% exposed into growth assets, which is things like share markets and property. And I've also said that they are contributing 3% as well. You can see here it says that in my person, in this example, it looks like they are going to have around 193,000 by the time they are 65, without the changes that are coming to KiwiSaver, which, as we know, from 1st of July, the government's contribution is going to go down to about $260 for the year if you put in 1,043. But your own contributions from the 1st of April next year will go to 3.5%. So will your employers. And then from 2028, your contribution will automatically go up to 4%, and that too will be matched by your employer. I've just said at this stage, you're only putting in 3%. So when is the best time to obviously maximise your KiwiSaver? For this, I'm using the assumption that you are comfortable at being a balanced investor. You've already completed a risk profile, and that's where you sit, so you're comfortable with that. The best time, in my view, and the most painless and easiest way to do this is when you get a pay rise. Reason for that is you're used to living without that money. So if you suddenly got a pay rise, and let's assume it was in the next few weeks, few months, if you increased your contributions from 3% to 4%, it would take it from 193,000 to 195. Okay, so you might be saying it's only about $2,000. It's not a lot of difference. But I've also assumed that in this example that you haven't changed your salary. I've kept you at 70,000. Let's assume that your salary increases. So let's put on a figure. Let's, just for the purpose of this, say you get a 2% pay rise. That suddenly takes your salary to 71,400. Not only by changing your contribution from 3% to 4%, it's now changed the amount from 193,000 to 197,000 by the time you're 65. I will actually change your details. Let's bump you up a year. Let's go to 46. Because we've gone up a year, now I'm also going to change how much you've earned, because we're assuming we're a year on. We will increase that. Let's say that's 2% as well. Let's say that your salary has now gone to 72,800. We will also increase, so this, we're talking 12 months on, let's increase it to 6%. So all of a sudden, you have gone a year later from potentially having 193,000 in your KiwiSaver to a year later being 226,000. This is assuming a rate of return by 65. So that is the easiest way, in my view, to maximise your KiwiSaver contributions, is each time you get a pay rise, bump the contribution rate up to the next level without even changing a salary by contributing 10% on a salary that's around 73,000, providing you can afford that, of course. It is going to make all the difference. And look at this, it looks like it's going to be close on 298,000 by the time you get to 65. So for me, that is the easiest and most effective way to maximise your contributions to your KiwiSaver, is increase your contribution rate as you get a pay rise. You're used to living without that money, so you're not even going to notice it coming out of your pay packet. I hope that's helped.